Hey y'all! Welcome back to the garden. Today, I want to let you in on a little secret that most people never hear about, but it can make all the difference in your backyard harvest. Let's talk about watering your garden, because honestly, most of us are doing it wrong, even if we think we're helping our plants thrive. It's easy to assume that more water means happier plants, but that's not always the case. You might think sprinkling every day is helping, but it could be holding your plants back. Daily watering, especially with sprinklers in the heat of the day, can actually stress your plants and encourage shallow roots. There's a simple, community-approved secret that can transform your harvest. It's not about fancy gadgets or expensive irrigation systems, but about watering smarter, not harder. The trick is to water deeply, but less often, so roots grow strong and reach down for moisture. This method leads to bigger, healthier fruits and even those fun, unexpected plant mutations. When your plants are happy, you'll see tomatoes the size of your fist and quirky veggies you never expected. I've seen it work in my own garden, and so have countless others in our gardening community. People are always amazed at how much more vibrant and productive their gardens become with just this one change. It's all about understanding what your plants need and when. Checking the soil with your fingers, watching your plants' leaves, and learning to read the signs can make you a more intuitive gardener. We'll bust some common watering myths and get into the science of why this works. For example, did you know that watering at the wrong time of day can actually waste water and invite disease? Or that some plants prefer to dry out a bit between drinks? Imagine tomato plants heavy with fruit, squash vines stretching across your beds, and berry bushes loaded with sweetness, all from changing how you water. It's truly amazing what a difference it makes. Whether you have pots on a balcony, a few raised beds, or a sprawling backyard, these tips will work for you. No garden is too small or too big to benefit from smarter watering. Stick around for a free printable watering planner at the end to help you get started. It'll make tracking your watering schedule a breeze and help you build better habits. Let's dig in, learn together, and grow something beautiful. Your best garden yet is just a few smart watering habits away. Let me take you back to my early gardening days. I babied my tomato plants, watering them lightly every day. They looked healthy, but the tomatoes stayed small, no bigger than golf balls. I tried everything, more fertilizer, different soil, but nothing worked. Then, a seasoned gardener asked, "How are you watering them?" I explained my daily routine, and she said, "You're giving them a sip when they need a deep drink." She taught me to water deeply, but less often, letting the soil dry a bit between soakings. It felt wrong at first, but I trusted her advice. Within weeks, my tomatoes grew bigger and stronger. The difference was night and day. That year, I had my best harvest ever. It wasn't the soil or the seeds, it was the water. Sometimes the simplest change makes all the difference. Here's what you'll learn today: a step-by-step guide to a more abundant garden. We'll break down the deep watering method, how and why it works. You'll learn how deep watering encourages strong roots and resilient plants. We'll bust common myths like daily watering and sprinkler stacking. I'll show you how to plan watering zones, pick the right tools, and time your watering for best results. There's even a pool noodle trick you'll love. We'll cover the best times to water and how to harvest for continuous growth. This guide is simple, budget-friendly, and works for any garden size. By the end, you'll have the confidence and know-how to transform your garden. Let's get ready to grow. The secret to a thriving garden isn't just about how often you water, it's about how deeply that water reaches. Water deeply, but less often, and you'll see a remarkable difference in your plant's health and resilience. Instead of giving your garden a quick sprinkle every day, focus on providing a long, slow soak once or twice a week. This method allows water to penetrate the soil thoroughly, reaching the roots where it's needed most. Aim for water to reach 6 to 8 inches deep. That's the sweet spot where most vegetable roots grow and absorb nutrients. You want the moisture to travel well below the surface, not just wetting the top layer. Deep watering encourages roots to grow down, making plants stronger and more drought-resistant. When roots stretch deep into the soil, they're better equipped to find water during dry spells and withstand hot summer days. Shallow watering, on the other hand, keeps roots near the surface. This makes plants weak and vulnerable to heat, pests, and even wind. Shallow roots dry out quickly, leaving your plants stressed and stunted. Deep roots access more water and nutrients, leading to healthier, more productive plants. When roots can reach down, they tap into reserves that shallow roots simply can't access, resulting in lush growth and bigger harvests. To check if you're watering deeply enough, use a trowel or screwdriver a day after watering. It should slide in easily to 6 inches. If it doesn't, your soil may be too dry below the surface, and your plants aren't getting the deep drink they need. If the soil is dry after a few inches, water longer next time. It's important to adjust your watering routine based on your soil type and weather conditions, as sandy soils dry out faster than clay or loam. You can also use your finger to check for cool, moist soil below the surface. If it feels dry or warm, your plants need more water. This simple test helps you stay in tune with your garden's needs. Deep watering means less stress for your plants and bigger, better harvests. When plants are well hydrated, they can focus on growing strong stems, lush leaves, and delicious fruits or vegetables. Remember, it's not about frequency, but about depth. A thorough soak at the base of each plant is far more effective than frequent, shallow watering. Give your plants a real drink, not just a sip. Let the water sink in slowly so it reaches the roots and doesn't just run off the surface. This simple shift in your watering routine builds a strong foundation for your entire garden. Over time, you'll notice your plants standing taller, looking greener, and producing more. Strong roots mean resilient, thriving plants that can handle whatever the season brings, be it heat, drought, or pests. That's the magic of deep soaking. With every deep watering, you're investing in the long-term health and success of your garden. Let's bust some watering myths. First, sprinkler stacking, using multiple sprinklers in one spot, doesn't double the benefit. Your soil can only absorb so much at once. Extra water just runs off and is wasted. The key is even coverage and enough time for water to soak deep. One good sprinkler run long enough is all you need. Another myth: you must water every day. Daily watering leads to shallow roots and weak plants. Let the soil dry out between waterings to encourage roots to grow deeper. Always check the soil before watering. Don't just follow a schedule. And don't water the leaves. Focus on the soil at the base. Wet leaves can invite disease, especially in the evening. Plants absorb water through roots, not leaves. Smart watering means healthier, happier plants. Let's break down how to put deep watering into action for a healthier, more productive garden. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned grower, these steps will help you make the most of every drop. Start by grouping plants with similar water needs into zones. Keep thirsty vegetables like tomatoes and cucumbers together, while drought-tolerant herbs like rosemary and thyme go in another area. This way, you avoid overwatering some plants and underwatering others. Zoning lets you tailor your watering routine, giving each area just the right amount of moisture it needs to thrive. Choose the right tools for each zone. An oscillating sprinkler covers big beds efficiently, a spot sprinkler is perfect for small patches, and a DIY soaker hose made from a pool noodle can deliver water right to the roots. Watering early in the morning is best. The cool air means less water evaporates, and leaves have time to dry, which helps prevent fungal diseases and keeps your plants healthier. If you can't water in the morning, aim to finish before sunset. This gives leaves a chance to dry out before nightfall, reducing the risk of mildew and other problems. For deep watering, run your sprinkler for 30 to 60 minutes per zone, once or twice a week. This encourages roots to grow deeper, making plants more resilient during dry spells. Always check the soil before watering again. Stick your finger a couple of inches into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, wait another day or two. When it's time to harvest, pick ripe produce regularly. This not only gives you the freshest food, but also encourages your plants to keep producing more. Use clean, sharp clippers for every harvest. Sanitizing your tools between cuts helps prevent the spread of disease and keeps your plants healthy. By following this cycle, zoning, choosing the right tools, watering at the right time, and harvesting gently, you'll create a garden that's not just productive, but truly thriving. Efficient watering saves you time and water while boosting your harvest. These simple steps can make a huge difference, turning your garden into a lush, abundant space. With a little planning and care, you'll build a garden that keeps on giving, season after season. Let's talk about garden mutations, those quirky, wonderful surprises. Mutations happen more often in healthy, stress-free plants. Deep, consistent watering gives plants the stability to grow strong and sometimes show off unique traits. When plants aren't stressed, they can experiment a little. Think odd-shaped tomatoes or double-headed sunflowers. After watering, step back and let your garden be. Avoid compacting the soil or fussing with plants too much. This quiet period is when plants build fruit and sometimes surprise you. Celebrate those odd veggies. They're a sign of a thriving ecosystem. Share your stories of garden surprises in the comments. These moments connect us as gardeners. Your healthy watering habits make these wonders possible. Let your garden grow and enjoy the magic. Ready to level up? Try smart irrigation controllers. They use weather data to water only when needed, saving water and effort. Or go old school with Ola pots, unglazed clay pots buried in the soil that slowly release water right at the roots. Both methods deliver water deeply and efficiently. With smart systems, check your setup to avoid overwatering. Olas work best in raised beds or for individual plants. Just keep them filled and protected in winter. No matter the tool, the principle is the same: slow, deep watering at the roots. Don't rush to buy new gadgets. Master the basics first. The best tool is the one you use correctly. Technology and tradition both work if you stick to the method. It's not about the gadget, it's about watering right. That's the real secret. We've covered everything from deep watering to garden magic. Now it's your turn. Download your free watering planner below to put these tips into action. Use it to track your watering, plan your zones, and build new habits. Want more garden hacks? Subscribe to our newsletter for fresh tips and stories. Most importantly, share your experiences in the comments. Your questions and stories help our community grow. What watering challenges have you faced? Have you tried deep soaking? Any fun mutations in your garden? Let's learn from each other. Thanks for joining me. Remember, gardening is a journey. Get your hands in the dirt, try these tips, and watch your garden thrive. Happy gardening, y'all! I can't wait to hear what you grow.